Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? How are you guys feeling? Y'all, I'm here to talk to y'all about this craziness, okay? There's this woman. Now, I'm located in Minnesota. So, this woman has a Facebook page, and her Facebook page is in Minnesota. So, everybody thought that this woman was in Minnesota. And because we had a snowstorm in Minnesota, so we thought that this woman belonged to us. But allegedly, child, this woman is in Texas, okay? This ain't got nothing to do with the Minnesotians. So y'all thought it was y'all, but it's not y'all. So this woman, Ayana, basically got drunk and fell asleep and had her kids out here bad, okay? And when I say out here, her kids was outside in the cold. That's what I mean, bad. Child, okay? So Ayana McClinton, she has a middle name is, child, don't get me to try to say her middle name is Labia, something like that. She's 31 years old. She was arrested on child endangerment charges. She pleaded not guilty Thursday with her attorney, saying that she attempted to walk to a hotel with her children as it started snowing, but couldn't make it. So I guess she's saying that it was too cold and she just could not make it. Let's get into this. The Harris County District Attorney's Office was contacted and 2 charges of endangering a child were accepted. Now, what we don't know. It's unclear how long the mother and her infants were outside before authorities were called. Officials didn't provide an update on the status of the children. Now, here's what happened. A woman was discovered lying on the sidewalk with her 2 infant children as a historic snowstorm swept into Houston on Monday night. And she was arrested on child endangerment charges following the incident and entered a plea of not guilty on Thursday. Now, the defense attorney for the woman who's 31 years old, like I stated, Ayana McClinton, she said that her case represents a poverty issue, not a criminal issue. Now, early Tuesday morning, deputies with the Harris County Sheriff Office responded to a 911 call about a woman and 2 small children, a 1-year-old and a 2-month-old, lying on the sidewalk. They were on Veteran Memorial Drive in Northwest Houston. Workers arrived and rendered aid to the children who appeared to be suffering from cold-related injuries. And the sheriff basically had spoke on the issue on X. And this is what he had to say. He said, "I believe she did what she thought was the best option at the time," Bryce said. She was attempting to shield her children from the weather, from the elements, he said. Hours before McClinton, the woman, attempted to make the halfway mile walk to the hotel, she attempted to flag down officers for assistance, but did not receive help. They are basically saying that an officer she thought was going to assist her actually turned around and arrested her. It's an access of poverty issue. So basically saying that, it is not a like she was intoxicated issue. It's an issue of her, just being poor. And she added, "Until our community learns how to appropriately handle and resolve this, we are going to receive more and more cases like this in the future." A spokesperson for the sheriff's office said that its homeless outreach team made contact with unhoused people, in that neighborhood and that, surrounding in the county, the Harris County, last night ahead of the winter storm, and provided cold weather supplies as well as rides to shelters. He stated that our patrol deputies assisted all persons seeking help or sheltering during the actual weather event. Senior Deputy Thomas said Thursday. So this is what he said. McClinton is being held. Actually, she is being held in jail Thursday on a combined bond of $50,000, according to the court records, which show her next scheduled court is going to be March 25th. So she's going to be there for some time. Now, here's the crazy part about it, right? So another individual said in his, in a social media case, Gonzalez said, in his social media post that the woman showed signs of intoxication, basically saying that she actually was under the influence. And, basically McClinton lawyer disputed that and said that she would contest the intoxication claims in court. McClinton car broke down about a half mile away from the hotel where she was staying, according to, the entire situation, according to her attorney, who said that her client attempted to walk to the hotel with her children as it started snowing, but couldn't make it. The woman wrapped her children in the blankets she was carrying. Her attorney stated. So according to court documents, McClinton, the woman who did all of these things allegedly, is homeless and has been staying in a hotel for at least 10 months. So her attorney claims to confirm that the woman's housing status in Houston public media. So she's saying that, hey, this woman has a history of being homeless. So it's not a situation to where she was under the influence. It's a situation to where she, did not have anywhere to go. But Gonzalez is a officer. He's saying that that's not the case. He feels as though this woman was under the influence and she showed signs of intoxication. And I believe this was, a part of the team, the officers that she got the attention of, at least for help. And I believe he was the individual that turned her in. Now, it's stated it wasn't immediately clear why they stopped walking. Her attorney said that McClinton was unable to return back to the vehicle with her children to seek shelter. She said, I believe she did what she thought was the best option at the time. And she said she was attempting to shield her children from the elements, basically the weather and everything. Now, like I stated earlier, hours before she attempted to make the half-mile walk to the hotel, she attempted to flag down the that officer who, is saying that he feels as though she was under the influence. So she was trying to flag him down for assistance, but did not receive help. And, her attorney feels as though that was the officer that instead of, granting her help and getting back to the children, he actually, arrested her.
Endangerment and injury to a child after she was found sleeping on a sidewalk with her 2 children Tuesday during the big freeze that we all went through. Now, officials say she was lit up and leaning to the left with liquor. My next guest offers advice to any families watching a loved one going down a self-destructive path.
And joining us now on The Factor Uncensored, we have with us Matilda Zaragoza, who works with families and children. Matilda, when you see this story out of Houston, a mother found sleeping on the sidewalk with her 2 children, Ayana McClinton, arrested, child endangerment, found with alcohol out there, and they were sleeping under a blanket. She has since been arraigned and taken to court and is behind bars. Your thoughts on this situation?
I mean, it's such an unfortunate situation. And as we have been out there, boots on the ground, trying to combat this cold front that we've just received and, the homelessness, we've made it a priority to give out as much information to those who are without homes during the duration of this time. I've even gone as far to buy bus passes for them to get to warming centers. And so for a parent, a mother, to have that type of situation happen, her children involved in that. This is a clear-cut case of some sort of substance abuse, possibly mental health. She could have taken the proper precautionary measures to make sure that those children were safe. And as we have, collectively worked with other outside sources, we have made it a point to have the mothers with children a priority to get those babies off the streets. And now that this mother has now been charged, I can assume that CPS is going to step in and do what they need to do in order to get these children where they need to be in a safe environment.
Absolutely. And she will have to go through the system, making her life that much more difficult, separated from her children. What advice do you have for family members who may have a family member going through something like this, but you kind of turned a blind eye to it?
Well, we always, as we work with Foster Care Advocacy Center, we diligently talk to parents who are struggling with any type of issue, whether it's mental health, substance abuse, or in investigation stages of CPS. And we strongly encourage them to always find a family member, fictive kin, somebody that they can sign over power of attorney 3 months, 2 months, 6 months, whatever they feel the need is going to be for them to get their lives in a better situation so they don't lose their children to the system. Unfortunately, they don't want to follow those measures. CPS steps in. And I know a lot of times people say, hey, I hate CPS, but at the same time, I've seen some of the service that are offered. Unfortunately, some of the lower income families probably would not be able to afford, but they have been able to help families.
Okay, guys, so I'm going to let you guys know how I feel about this and my opinion on it. First, I would like to say that I'm happy that the police got there and took care of those babies and, wrapped them in, their arms and just made sure that they had care, that no children deserve to be in situations like that. And I'm sure the mother feels horrible about this entire situation. It's just absolutely insane. Just the fact that first I would like to know where were they coming from, because they were trying to get to their car. Now, where were they just previously coming from before trying to get to the car? And, did the mother do a good job in explaining when she flagged the police officer that, hey, I'm in a situation, or, whatever the case is. The mother is saying that she was not drunk. The police is saying that she showed signs of intoxication. The lawyer is saying that they're going to fight that because the mother is not drunk. Either way, shape, or form in this entire situation, I'm just happy that those babies are being taken care of. I feel as though the mother would have a fight ahead of her. And poverty definitely should not be a situation to where people get to prejudge you and, assume that you're this and you're that just because you're poor. Because I don't think that's okay. And I don't want it to be a situation because she's a black woman and these are black children and they're out here in the cold, you just assume that the mother's an addict of some sort or alcoholic of some sort. Hopefully there are some legit, signs of this. This is not a situation of where this mother was pointed out or chosen, putting, certain things being put on this mother that did not occur. I hope that's not the case. However, if they have a legitimate case and they go to court and this mother, definitely gets found guilty, I do believe as though that they need to figure this entire situation out so where the mother is in a better situation before ever either allowing the children to go with her, because I don't even think that being in the system is the best thing for the child. A lot of crazier things happen when children are put in the system, violations amongst, like, this is crazy, and these are black children. So I don't want that. I would really want the mother to be in better situations. They said that the mother had been poor, had been living in a hotel for a long period of time. So I think it is a situation to where they're struggling and they need assistance and they don't have support. So I wish that, they help this mother get on her feet, give her all the resources that they feel as though that she would need or she feels as though she would need. I feel as though they should have a social worker step into the situation and work with the mother and getting the mother in the best situation to help those babies out. I don't feel as though the best situation is to get black children put in the system, in my humble opinion. But I do feel as though the mother, needs to be in better conditions before she has the children, whether she was drunk or not. If she wasn't drunk, she needs to be put in a situation to where she's not living out of a hotel. I just think that it's just absolutely insane. She needs to be in a better situation. I think that, you can't decide what someone ends up in life or where, they go in life. I just feel as though now that the police is aware of these issues that she's facing, instead of judging her, they need to help her or get her the resources and the help that she needs. I think that, too often we just tend to judge or point hands at people and say they're a bad parent, they're this and they're that, but you never know what someone is struggling with. So I feel as though she needs support, and she needs family right now. She needs people that can help her out of this situation, whether it's alcoholism, if it's not alcoholism and it's poverty, whatever the case is, she needs support. That's what I think.
And toddler are safe tonight after they were found sleeping outside in the cold with their mother outside of a Frenchie's Chicken on Veteran Memorials Parkway in Northwest Harris County early this morning. ABC 13's Alex Bozargian joins us live downtown outside the jail with the latest on this troubling story. Alex.
Well, Eric, there's no word on when Ayana McClinton will be in court next, but we do know she's facing 2 charges of child endangerment. Investigators say when they got to McClinton and her 2 baby girls, it was 6:30 in the morning and 28 degrees outside. They say the kids weren't properly bundled and all they had was a blanket to keep them warm. McClinton allegedly told investigators she stopped outside this Frenchie's with her 2-month-old and 1-year-old to take a nap. A good Samaritan fortunately saw them and allegedly called 911. Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez says McClinton had glassy eyes, was lying next to a bottle of vodka, and reeked of alcohol when deputies got to her. McClinton's 2 children were checked into a hospital with cold-related injuries, according to the sheriff. But he is happy to report tonight that both of them are safe and healthy. A spokesperson for Family Protective Services confirmed they were released from the hospital and are staying with a family member.
We're empathetic to the situation. We understand that perhaps mom's grappling with some things. We haven't gotten that far yet. But the main thing right now is just making sure we have proper care for the children, because we don't want another situation where, they're placed in harm's way again, and next time maybe we won't be around to be able to assist.
The sheriff says he does not yet know if McClinton was homeless. I did speak with her aunt tonight, who didn't know this even happened. She said the last time she spoke to McClinton was around Christmas time. We're still trying to learn more about this story.
I don't think the first step should be throw the kids in the system, because if, she needs those children taken away from her, where would the children go, and what circumstances are the children going to be in? Sometimes you're taking a child from one bad circumstance and put them in an even worse circumstance, and the system is not good at all. And even when you're doing adoption, you never know what's going to happen with that, So I don't think that the first thought in everyone's mind should be take the children away and put the children in the system. She should never get the children back, because if you're taking the children from the mother, in what circumstances are you putting those children in? Do they have the support? Do they have family support? Is she from a good family? All of these different things come into factor. I would say that I feel as though, yes, for the main time, remove the children until the mother is able to get back on her feet, if that's something she desires, that she shows initiative, that she's trying to clean up her life. Get her the resources so she can get some housing, whether it's housing assistance, income-based housing. They have a bunch of different programs that will assist, mothers, especially single mothers, get in better situations, So if that is available, I pray that, this mother gets the opportunity to be in a better situation for her and her children. Section 8, whatever the case is, my first interaction or with this mother would be, what do you need? What can I, what is, just be honest with us so we can help you and put you in a better situation. That would be my first reaction. My first reaction is not going to be take the children away. No. So I'm just going to pray for this mother and pray for this entire situation. I hope the children get the help that they need. But that's all I have to say about this. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this story. I love you guys to pieces, and bye.